The CEO of Business for Scotland, which is an economic policy think tank, has drawn parallels between the Catalan struggle for independence and Scotland. Gordon MacIntyre-Kemp says recent events represent a new and growing global trend towards localisation. He joins me live now. Mr MacIntyre-Kemp, thanks for talking to us this evening. So,
pleasure.
What's your feeling? Do you think that Scotland and Catalonia will be successful in their drive for independence?
I think given time, I think not just Scotland and Catalonia, but I think lots of independence movements, lots of self-determination movements all over Europe. I think this is part of a trend. I mean, essentially now, especially young people are finding information on the internet through social media. Information empowers people, it empowers communities. And for the first time, young people are getting news and political opinions from peers instantly and before adults have been able to censor them or spin them. And as a result, they're looking for instant responses, instant gratification, and they're looking at centralised states, 5-year votes, etc. They're looking at that as something positively medieval, and they want more self-determination. They want more instant responses to the problems that they perceive in their lives. And so basically, I think the political systems we have right now are changing with regard to technology, and self-determination and independence movements are springing up all over the place.
Why would this kind of immediacy of information lead to a sort of a shrinking of the world, if you like? We've had a trend towards globalisation for such a long time, but you're saying that that's now being reversed.
Well, no, globalisation and trade will still continue, and in fact I think that there's possibly going to be a move in terms of the European Union. I think ever closer union is dead as an idea. Larger states are dying, they're on their last legs. I think that people are looking to make decisions locally and then spin those decisions up into larger alliances.
Mm-hmm. Do you see
so that's not
Brexit?
an end to globalisation, it's an end to, it's a beginning to subsidiarity and localisation of power.
Do you see Brexit as part of this movement and as a sort of contributing factor, reigniting the fire beneath Catalonian and other independence movements across Europe?
Well, it's interesting because there's different types of nationalisms at play here. If you look at the Scottish nationalist movement, it's about the people of Scotland, not Scottish people. It's about internationalisation. It's about Scotland taking its place in the world. If you look at Brexit, it's a different type of nationalism. It's a British nationalism. It's about thinking you're better than other people, thinking you can actually make your country great again, that you can have more power without the partnerships with other nations. You can have more power and more say in the world on your own. So one is a nationalism that is about putting your own race or nationality or belief system forward. The other, which is what a lot of these international independence movements are about, is about your local area, your region, actually, or small nation, actually having more of a say in its own affairs and then representing itself in the world stage. So there's civic nationalism and there's old-fashioned nationalism. Scottish nationalism is a civic international nationalism, and Brexit is actually the negative kind, I think.
It's interesting when you look at it in terms of localisation, though, isn't it? Because some Scots wanted to leave the UK but rejoin the EU. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's a majority, I think 62% voted to remain in the EU. But that isn't about necessarily remaining in a structure which is governing us, because the UK governs Scotland, because power devolved to a region or to a nation is actually the central government looking to maintain power, because it can give it and it can take it away. What people in Scotland really want, and when you actually ask most people, what they really want is the ability to trade with the EU, to stay in the single market. They want to be able to travel internationally across Europe without borders. They see immigration as a positive thing. And in terms of immigration as an issue down south, it's a major issue in the Brexit campaign. In Scotland, it's not so much an issue. We don't so much have immigrants as honorary Scots who come to live here. And that's kind of how we see things differently.
OK. Gordon MacIntyre-Kemp, it's great to talk to you. Thank you very much for your thoughts.
Thank you.